Hey, everybody, this is Dwayne from Coaster Act. I'm here with Rock, and we're here at Six Flags Over Georgia. And Rock, why are we here?
This morning, Dwayne, Six Flags across the country announced all new rides and attractions hitting most of the parks. We are so excited to be here at Six Flags Over Georgia as they announced Twisted Cyclone. Steel meets wood, the old Georgia Cyclone. It's going to go through a big twist, and I cannot wait to ride this new coaster.
Well, that's great, Rock. And I will say this. We had just a few moments ago a talk with the PR, the communications manager, Gene Petriello, and we're going to roll that here in 1 second. But then also, too, check back. We're going to have some information about all the parks across Six Flags. So much going on today. So you definitely want to check back for that. But here we're gonna turn it over to Gene and see what he has to say about this great project right behind us.
And fidget spinners. Why fidget spinners? Gene broke that down for us.
Yeah, he did kind of tell us a little bit about all the teasers and the backstory.
Right.
So make sure you watch the whole thing. You'll learn a little bit about the backstory behind Twisted Cyclone and everything else that happened in the leading this past month. Hey everybody, this is Dwayne from Coaster Addict. I'm here with Gene Petriello. He's the communication manager at Six Flags Over Georgia. How you doing, Gene?
I'm good. How are you?
Extremely tired. How are you?
I'm there with you, man. I've been up all night, too.
Yeah, it's been a long evening, a lot of great things here at Six Flags, but you have a brand new coaster experience going to be opening up next year. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, we're excited to announce today that Twisted Cyclone will debut here at Six Flags Over Georgia in the spring of 2018. You know, Twisted Cyclone takes on the personality of the Georgia Cyclone, which we retired earlier this year, with the wood structure, but then adds that steel track aspect, which makes it more intense, exhilarating, faster, sleeker, and it's just going to be a great thrill for all our guests. And we're excited to announce it today and then get ready to debut it in the spring of next year.
That's great. And can you tell us about, for those who haven't been on a ride like this, what's different compared to like a wood experience or maybe a steel experience?
Yeah, what I've been telling people is that when they ride this for the first time, if you can't really grasp the whole like wood and steel aspect that we're talking about, is that when you actually ride this for the first time next year and hopefully many times after that, you're actually going to go upside down several times while riding a coaster that has a wood structure. That's just simply going to blow people's minds. Plus the reverse cobra rolls, the weightless 0G gravity, the 10 airtime moments. This is going to be a roller coaster that is going to add to our amazing collection and variety of collection of roller coasters that we have here at Six Flags Over Georgia.
And that's a great point, Gene. You guys have a great collection of coasters. This was kind of a missing piece that really just kind of solidifies everything. Probably one of the best, if not the best collection, I think, in all Six Flags. So definitely congratulations on that.
Thanks.
And in addition to that, what else is new throughout the rest of this year, for example, and going into next year?
Well, you know, of course, we're getting ready to debut Fright Fest, which will be scarier than ever before. It is going to have 20 haunted attractions this year, of which almost half of them, 8 attractions, are going to be brand new this year. So we're going to release all that information after we get through letting everybody know about this exciting ride coming next year. But Fright Fest is going to be ramped up. We're taking a fresh approach with Fright Fest, you know, just like we listened to our guests, and they told us they wanted a roller coaster, so we're bringing them Twisted Cyclone in 2018. Our guests are saying that they want to add new features to Fright Fest, and you're going to see a lot of that this year.
That's great. And then right now, you guys have a great deal. If you want to get a head start on your plan to ride this great new ride, tell us about the deals you can get this Labor Day weekend.
Well, I think everything you can possibly buy at Six Flags is on sale this weekend, but it's really unbelievable. It's our flash sale. We do it every year here at Six Flags Over Georgia and Whitewater when we announce the new attractions that are coming. So during Labor Day weekend, between today and Monday, which would be September 4th, you're going to be able to purchase a season pass that'll get you the rest of Six Flags Over Georgia for 2017, Whitewater for the rest of the month that it's open this year, plus Fright Fest, plus Holiday in the Park this year. Oh, and on top of that, all of 2018, which includes both parks and Hurricane Harbor and Twisted Cyclone and everything else that we have, for cheaper than a one-day pass. If it's $53.99, like that's a ridiculously cheap deal. It's a steal, and you definitely want to take advantage of it. It is the best deal that we will ever have on season passes for 2018, and it ends in just a few days.
Right, we're looking to definitely take advantage of that, plus the dining.
Absolutely.
And the souvenir cup, and maybe even the all-season Flash Pass. That's the best deal I've seen you guys have, and forever. I don't know how long you guys are going to keep it. Just a Monday, I guess, and then that's it, right?
Yeah, the flash sales all lined up to go through Monday. And you're right, there's the all-season dining plan when you can come to the park and you can eat lunch, snack, and dinner, or depending upon what variety of plan you get, depends upon what exactly your perks are. But there's so much added value to so many things here that when you're able able to come to the park now and get a season pass and have so many opportunities to come, unlimited visits plus free parking and all the other perks, and bring in your friends for cheaper than a one-day pass to come to Six Flags Over Georgia, it's a no-brainer in my opinion.
Well, that's great. Everybody go out there and get your season pass. Definitely recommend that. Get it this weekend. Just lock it in. You'll be all set to experience Six Flags the rest of this year and all of next year. Now, regarding this Twisted Cyclone coaster here, you had some fun with the teasers and all that. So can you kind of give us a little heads up and some of the details that you can provide? And then, some of the guesses some of these people were coming up with this past month.
First of all, I'll say I really appreciate everyone getting into our teaser campaign. We had a lot of fun making the videos here and creating them, and we also really enjoyed seeing the different speculation that was out there. I'd be lying to you if I told you we didn't sit when we released a video waiting to see what the next piece of speculation would be. But a few hints that we had out there that I can kind of clarify for everybody. Everybody was, fidget spinners were all the roar this year. They're still going on. And everyone was focusing on it being a fidget spinner. But if you actually look at the way the fidget spinner was spinning on this table or in somebody's hand, it actually was spinning in a counterclockwise direction, which is the way that a cyclone would spin. So that was kind of a hint that was out there. Another thing, too, is with the Hurricane Harbor Water Park, cyclones are hurricanes, so that was one of the things we had out there. And then finally, too, we did a lot of it is the Twisted Cyclone, but it was the Georgia Cyclone. So we're carrying over that name. So even though, we had the boards go up that said thanks for the memories, we showed you a close-up logo of the Georgia Cyclone because part of the logo is in the new logo with Twisted Cyclone. So there's all these little pieces that were put together. And then I never watched Game of Thrones, so I learned a lot about Game of Thrones the past few weeks. I didn't even watch the finale, and apparently I messed up in one of your videos by accidentally saying winter and spring. I had no idea that I even did that. I had to go back and watch it, and that was totally unintentional. Had nothing to do with what we did with the Game of Thrones thing, but we just wanted to kind of tie into something that was topical, and I believe I'm getting this correct. The Iron Knight, right? That's in Game of Thrones. Night King. Okay, so the Night King brings things back to life by touching it, right? So we came up with the Fright Knight, who was actually our marketing manager in that lovely mask and outfit, and we had her go around and touch certain things. And if you notice, she did touch, among other things, she touched the Georgia Cyclone car. Now the 21 had nothing to do with it. We just happened to be at the 21. I know you thought it'd be 21 feet taller, but 21 had nothing to do with it. But the other rides that were actually touched just for fun were a Thunder Riverboat was first, and I believe we went to the Georgia Cyclone vehicle next from the original Georgia Cyclone train car. Then we also, the hand was actually touching what looked like a letter I. That actually was the H in Hurricane Harbor, the Hurricane Harbor sign. And then I believe that the Fright Night might have touched one other thing, but I forget off the top of my head.
There was a doorway, and at first I thought it was the Georgia Cyclone's old entrance, but I think looking back, maybe it wasn't that doorway, it was something else.
Yeah, I forget exactly which one that might have been because we shot that a few weeks ago. But yeah, that was a topical thing we were trying to get on with, and I believe the line that the Night King says in the show is, what would the Night King like to bring back to life? And if you listen to what we said, what would the Fright Night like to bring to life? And we were hoping that people would just throw in the bring part, because if we said that, it would be way too obvious. And then a couple of the quick things. The blue that you saw a lot in that Game of Thrones video is signified for the blue track on the ride. So we're trying to let everybody know that the track was going to be blue. And then when it was circles, everybody that I know that saw the dots on the ride, the markings that were green, that's why we called the last video Connect the Dots, and everything was in a circle, because we did basically a timeline from the last ride of Georgia Cyclone to the day before, and we kind of wanted everyone to kind of tie the dots together with a few little red herrings or decisions in there to kind of throw you off just a little bit.
Well, we appreciate the information. We were kind of curious. A few things we had right, a few things we were kind of off track on. So yeah, that's always kind of part of the fun, though. It's always thing as you get up to this announcement each year.
Absolutely, and that, again, it was really enjoyable for us here at the park to see kind of what everybody thought was coming. Because I mean, let's be honest, there was wide speculation. You tried to get it out of me when we were closing the Georgia Cyclone that it was going to be an RMC type ride coming, and I said to you at the time, my job is to give you the facts. Your job is to speculate. So now I'm going to give you the facts. We are in fact building a Rocky Mountain coaster here that just went off the screen behind us, but we got it back. We are building an RMC coaster here, and it's going to be called Twisted Cyclone, and we're super excited to be able to debut it. The reaction we're getting is great, and I think that when people ride this ride for the first time, they're never going to want to get off it, and they're going to want to keep coming back and riding it again. And we literally cannot wait to debut it. And one other thing, too, is just because we announced it today, there's a lot of other aspects to this ride, including the theming of the ride, the coaster train car, which we said is going to be a 1960s sports convertible. We're going to unveil that. And there's other things we're going to unveil along the line that I think are definitely going to not just make the Twisted Cyclone be a destination here at Six Flags Over Georgia, but the whole area.
Well, that's great. Well, we can't wait. If we just fast forward to spring, maybe jump along the way would be good. But you actually don't want to fast forward because you want Fright Fest, you want Holiday in the Park,
absolutely,
and you want to get the season pass for next year and get that dining going because the dining's worth it. I tell you what, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it pays for itself in less than one visit, especially if you have a big family that comes here to the park, and if you're here from park open and park closed, you're good to go. So yeah, it's definitely a great deal. And you mentioned it too, Holiday in the Park. We're excited about that. And we will have more information about what Holiday in the Park will entail coming up after we get through Fright Fest. Just another thing down the line.
You guys have a busy season ahead, and definitely next year as well. So check back, everyone, on Coaster Addict. We're going to twist some more arms around here. As always, we're going to go from office to office and get all the details we possibly can, and we'll report it in a timely fashion. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, everybody, this is Dwayne from Coaster Addict. We're back here with Jarek, and what do you think about this ride? This is fantastic.
Absolutely. It's a long time coming, and it's making a classic even better with the steel and wood and the inversion, so I'm really looking forward to next spring.
Yeah, it's been a while since I had a new roller coaster, but now you've been coming to this park for years, right? Most of your life?
Yep. Grew up. I remember when the swings were right here and this gate wasn't here, but we remember taking the swings and they moved them to the back, and then the Cyclone came, and the Cyclone was great, but people stopped loving the Cyclone, so now we'll get more love back to the Cyclone again.
Yeah, it gives a little bit of the hybrid feel. You get the steel, the smoothness, but you get some intensity with the wood structure. I can't wait. And again, it's going to be spring of 2018 here at Six Flags. You're going to get your season pass?
Yep, going to get a season pass because that's the best way to go. You only pay once, and you can go as many times as you want to 2 parks. So
that's awesome. Yeah, well, make sure you check this out. And if you get a season pass here soon, you get even the fall and the winter, you get Holiday in the Park, and then you come back here and you get to ride this thing. I will say, though, those inversions are looking pretty sweet.
Yep, 2 right off the bat after the first drop, and then 1 later on. Pretty intense. Looking forward to it myself.
Anything else on this beast behind us that you're really looking forward to? Anything you think of?
Just, the blue would be nice to bring the blue back. It looks like it, and the paint would be nice, to look new again.
Yeah, I guess they're going to, as you heard what Gene said, they're going to be doing a few things to it. We're going to have some more announcements. They're going to look at doing some theming in and around that area. I'm sure they'll get a nice little color scheme going, not the white that we're used to these past decade or two.
Yep, the white, I guess it had its time, but now it's time for something new. Definitely exciting, great that it's in the front, so it'll bring a nice attention to the front of the park.
Yeah, and what I'm also looking forward to is I'm going to ride this thing as much as I can, but then when that line gets long, there's a lot of other cool coasters throughout this park. So that collection allows me to go pick out some great rides. If this line gets long, I just go to the next ride, and it's going to be a fantastic time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure everybody's favorite, like Goliath Mindbender line, is going to be really short when this opens. So if that's your favorite, that's probably going to be your time to ride because everybody's going to want to ride this one. But that's a great thing.
And maybe your line for Thunder River will be shorter, too. In the summertime, everyone's going to be up front, and all those water rides, maybe even Hurricane Harbor. But you're going to spread the crowd out some more and have great thrills across the whole park.
Yeah, absolutely. With the gate being right there and people going to immediately go here, it's your time to run to the back or to Thunder River, Hurricane Harbor, or whatever, while everybody's up here and you got the park to yourself. So
that's awesome, Derek. Well, we're going to make sure we all come back out here and ride it in the spring. Check out Coaster Addict on YouTube. Check out, just subscribe down below. Hit that little bell and get that notification because there's a lot of content coming up from here at Six Flags Over Georgia and across the country as we get closer to 2018.